Hello, everybody. I think I'm on. See if I'm on. I'm live. Rotate your phone. You can't turn your phone. Recording. Good afternoon. It's Reverend Elizabeth Mora. And I'm excited to be online and simply to check in with whoever gets online with me. I am seeing Susan and Julie and Lisa and different people are flying by. It's great to see all of you. Let me show you where I'm at. I'm working in the church today because there are just two of us that work here. So she sits more than 6 feet away from me, Betsy, our assistant, and this is our church here at Unity Northwest up in Des Plaines, and it's all empty. Of course, it's normally empty on a Wednesday afternoon, and I'm here in the church and calling lots of people and checking in with them and offering a little bit of inspiration for today. So I've decided that I am going to go old school this morning. I'm going to share with you a reading from God Will See You Through. And I have to start by saying the God that you may understand may be different from the God that we understand in Unity. Not the man in the sky, but a principle and a presence, more the principle of love and goodness and joy, and not someone who doles that out to people. So even those who aren't religious find Unity can be helpful to them. We like to call ourselves spiritual, not religious, or spiritual and religious. A lot of people come here who have struggled with religions in the past, and many people call God more of an energy for themselves. And some people certainly see God as a person on some level, even though kind of nobody thinks there's a man with a beard up in the sky anymore. And so while it says God will see you through, again, not that type of God that's going to figure out whether you deserve COVID-19 and somebody else doesn't, but the principle of health and wholeness that lives in all of us. The power of love that is everywhere. It's unlimited. You can't define it. You can't put it in a box. You can't say you get it and you don't. It's equally available. And that's the God that we're talking about here. So while this is an old school book and some of the language is a little person-y, we call that anthropomorphic, while the language is that, I tell people to put on your translator hat, put on your Unity translator hat, or your spiritual translator hat, or even your atheist translator hat, and say, what if what we're talking about here isn't a person, but is an energy and a principle and a connector that brings us all together, and is the connection that brings us all together what will see us through. So I love synonyms for God. Feel free to insert and swap out your own synonyms for God as I read from God Will See You Through. It's by an author named Mary Kupferle, and she's one of my favorites, one of my favorite Unity authors. She feels like a grandmother when she's talking to me, and she's just soothing me and saying, honey, it's going to be okay. And when I've gone through some of the bigger things in my life, it's this book that is one of the books that really comforted me, especially when I was going through like a divorce or challenges with my family. It was like, okay, I'm going to be okay. God will see you through. I'm going to take it from the first chapter, and I hope you enjoy it. Be assured, dear friend, in this very moment, God will see you through. God will see you through any challenging experience. God will see you through everything in life. God's presence will sustain you. God's love will reinforce you. God's wisdom will guide you. God's peace will comfort you. Let go all anxiety and every fear, for God will see you through. And again, I'm going to pause for a moment there and say, this is not that rescuing God. Like, okay, I've got the right God here, and God's seeing me through, but I don't know about you because I don't know what God you're believing in. That could not be farther than from what she's saying. So if I even just change the word God to the word love or wisdom and read it that way, see if it feels different for you. Be assured, dear friend, in this very moment, love will see you through. Love will see you through any challenging experience. Love will see you through everything in life. Love's presence will sustain you. Love's love will reinforce you. Love reinforces you. Wisdom will guide you. Peace will comfort you. Let go every anxiety and every fear, for love will see you through. All of those things, peace and love and kindness, exist in you all the time, no matter what. We may not feel like we can bring it forth. We may not feel it around us or outside us or it coming from someone else, but the point is, it all lives with infinite potential inside of us. You know, I think about the times when I've struggled and I've been depressed, and then something funny happens, even just the right movie or the right joke or the right ridiculous look on my husband's face. I'm laughing. You know, how is that possible to go from the depths of despair to the heights of joy in a second? Because it's all present right there. It's what can I tap into? What can I bring forward as best I can? So regardless of any test facing you, insert COVID-19, regardless of any test facing you, God will see you through wonderfully. Love will see you through. Connection will see you through wonderfully. God will see you through safely. God will see you through wisely. God will see you through successfully, because Spirit's methods are often far beyond and above anything you can consciously know or conceive of. There is an infinite field of potential. I think about the things that I do know in life and the things that I don't know in life, and I know which pile is bigger, the things that I don't know, which means there is wisdom beyond what I think I know in this moment. So I may think that I've got the answer, and I certainly have an answer for the moment, and then there's a million other possibilities in the next moment. I think that that's really encouraging and really positive and important to remember in this time. The scriptures remind you of this in these words. Fear not, my steadfast love shall not depart from you, and my covenant of peace shall not be removed. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. That's from Isaiah. Fear not, except when fear is helpful to you in a physical sense. It's like anything you can read in the Bible, anything you can read anywhere, any cute little quip like that, there is a polarity to it. There's something on the other side, like fear not. And really, the fear not that FDR was talking about was irrational fear, over-heightened fear. But we all, I think, at this point understand that fear has its place in our life, that it helps us not walk out into traffic and do all sorts of things. And a healthy amount of fear right now tells me, even though I don't feel anything, I'm not sick, I'm not anything, but I love and care for people enough, I'm staying home. I'm staying home. That's an appropriate amount of fear. That's wise. And it may not even rise to the level of fear, but that's okay. So fear not, my steadfast love will not depart with you. And again, that's my language. God is talking there, but we understand that God is not that person. And so if we take that out, steadfast love will not depart from you. If we take it out of the personal and we just make it passive voice, love will never depart from you. I can't remove it from you. It's always there. The covenant of peace shall not be removed. I would call that the possibility of peace, that we can be the peace and bring the peace anytime that we want, even in this time. And really, most of the people that I'm talking to are pretty peaceful and okay. I mean, there's lines at the grocery store and there's the panic over toilet paper and all those kinds of things. But I haven't talked to anybody who has yet admitted to me that they're hoarding and they went to the grocery store and they were one of those people. So yeah, there are those people that have made the news, but really most people are like all the people I see here on the phone, Barbara and BJ and Julie and all of you folks. I know you were not in the lines probably fighting with people. And so that peace can't be taken away. That grounding and that inner peace, it may get rocked at times. I think when I first heard about the restaurants and the bars, and when I started to hear 2 months, schools for 2 months, when like I can deal with a couple of days, like even a couple of weeks, but 2 months, and then maybe the schools won't come back. I admit that my peace might have been a little bit shaken, like, gosh, now it's gone just beyond snow days. This is like nothing I've ever seen. So there have been some of those almost like gut punch moments, and the peace always returns. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so my ways are higher than your ways. So heaven and earth being states of mind for us, there is always a higher or a deeper possibility out there for us. And the steadfastness of the heavens and the earth from the beginning, in the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth, this concept of the divine and the human that's always been with us. And the divine is always, hopefully, pulling us forward or sometimes pushing us forward. The divinity that is even here with us right now. And those ways are higher than the earthen ways, and my thoughts higher than your thoughts. Those spiritual thoughts that bring us an upliftment, that take us out of whatever the temporary, we sometimes call them error thoughts. I almost want to just call them human thoughts at this point, even though there's really no separation. This crazy paradox that we are human and divine, and we are also one. And yet it's these thoughts that are creative and that are resetting me back into the place of peace and love that Mary's talking about here. Those are the things that I turn to. And I know we've got a few people that have joined since I started. Barbara, especially, you'll recognize God Will See You Through from Mary Kupferle. That's what I'm reading from. The answers you seek will come not by force or human reason, nor by struggle and strain, but by means of the Spirit ever at work within your heart, soul, body, and life. God will see you through, bringing the right answers through the right channels, the right time, and the right place. I'm going to skip over to where I've highlighted. There's one of these that I've highlighted. Yes, dear friend, God will see you through always in everything. Again, I love how she writes to me like this dear friend. And so she has an affirmation for us, which I'll share with you here. And again, you might want to switch out some of the language, but remind yourself now and daily, as you wash your hands, I am my Father's child. I am a child of the universe. God is watching over me, protecting and guiding me. I am watched over. I am protected. There is a wisdom. He blesses me with his presence and power. God is with me to help, heal, supply, and enrich me. God is ready and willing to see me through. So that's really old school. That's really some old school affirmations about God is protecting me. And again, in my path that I've been on here, I work to try to demailify. I try to unmail the God that is taking care of me. I am protected. I am wise. The Christ nature of me watches over me. The Christ nature from within me is protecting me now. That's where my true protection comes from. I know and affirm that I am protected, that I am watched over. I know and affirm joy in my life in new ways over the next few weeks. I know and affirm love and connection with people all around the globe, all around Facebook, and I am open and willing to receive whatever blessing is lurking around the next corner, like being on this call right now with 7 or 8 people live and seeing their names pop up and just feeling a smile in my heart to see you here with me today. I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you for popping in for a moment today. I know there are so many people doing amazing things. I heard something about Melissa Etheridge at 3 o'clock today. I don't know what time zone that is, if you like her, doing some kind of a concert. My Zumba teacher is doing online Facebook Live dance lessons by himself with a chair. It's pretty hilarious. You can check my feed and see that. And I just love you and bless all of you. And I look forward to the future time when I get to see you in person and hug you and make our way forward into a new way. It's been great being with you. I will hit the end button and save this on Facebook. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you, my dear friends. Bye-bye.